Old School RuneScape. What can I accomplish in 20 minutes of play? Let's find out. Brief history, maybe? So Old School RuneScape, which is the one we're playing today, launched in August of 2007. I think the most recent version of RuneScape is RuneScape 3, but gonna be totally honest with you, have never touched RuneScape 3, and I don't really have any interest in playing it because I'm very nostalgic for Old School RuneScape. So Old School RuneScape was launched in 2013, and well, it's just a lot more popular, really. Of course, every playthrough of RuneScape, or at least run of RuneScape's got to start with us being in Lumbridge, which is, of course, the starting village. So, you know, it's pretty homey here. It's pretty homey here, running through the goblins and killing them, because they are pretty much the first enemy in the game that you are introduced to. I mean, they're literally right outside of Lumbridge, so it's kind of hard to avoid them. So my older brother was the one who actually introduced me to RuneScape all the way back in like 2008 probably, and I know I'd call him an expert. I would say he's definitely up there. I mean, that's probably not even doing him justice. He's really good. I'm definitely not at that level, but you know, I still have fun while I play RuneScape, so you know, I think that's what matters. I don't have access to my old account anymore, but I do have a new account, so that's not a problem. So I think right off the bat, one of the first things we have to address about RuneScape is the sprinting mechanic, because I played some other games that are like RuneScape, and they don't implement a sprinting system like RuneScape does, and I really think it's good, because I think RuneScape does a great job at trying to give your character as many things as possible that you can do, that you can improve on. And I think the agility skill, which is a members only skill, and we'll talk about memberships later. As a members only skill, it means that as a free play player, I can't actually raise it, so my, you know, sprinting speed is kind of locked, or not the speed, but the rate at which it recovers. So as you'll see, we'll quickly deplenish our sprint meter, and we'll have to just continue walking. But you know, I guess the other game I'm thinking of is Mabinogi, is a game that doesn't really implement a sprinting system in this way, so much that you can just really run wherever you want. You can drink some speed potions, you can ride on pets. It's not in the same way as RuneScape, so you know, I gotta give that to RuneScape, because I think that's a very interesting system that I haven't seen implemented really anywhere else. Picking up bones and burying them also raises your prayer skill. So like, really what I want to say is that with RuneScape, it feels like that everything you do builds your character. There's nothing pointless in RuneScape. So if you want to run around and be a madman like me and just try to do as many things as you can in 20 minutes, you can. You can do a lot, actually. So gotta give it to RuneScape on that. This is the area that I was always around when I was younger. Like, this is the spot to be, you know, to grind for food you can pick up. Yeah, you can pick up raw steak, raw beef. You can pick up chicken as well, and you can cook it. So that helps raise your cooking skill. At the same time that you're attacking enemies, you're also raising your combat skill. And something I love about Old School RuneScape, and I wish that a lot more games like RuneScape did, was introduce a poll that allows the community to give their feedback and what they might want into the game. A lot of other games should implement that. Just saying that, and thank you RuneScape for doing that, because not a lot of others are willing to. Okay, mining is another skill we can do here in RuneScape that will help us make money, which is, you know, probably the thing you want to do the most in these kind of games. Making money helps you get things that you can unlock, things that you can purchase, and purchasing things in RuneScape is very easy. We'll get to that in a bit, but I have a funny story, actually. So this account got hacked at one point. I had to, like, you know, contact support and be like, hey, can I get my account back? You know, I just haven't played in a while. I kind of like it back. And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. So, you know, I sign into the account. It's all great and everything. And I check my bank, and it is full of ore, and it is full of wood. And I check my mining skill, and like, I can tell you that when I played that game before it got hacked, my mining skill was not as high as it is now. I don't know exactly what it was, but I think my mining skill, I didn't check it. It's probably around like, I think it's in the high 50s at least. And when I played, it was like, I mean, it was in the 20s. This was like years ago, by the way. This was like probably like 2019. Mining is a good way to make money. I mean, woodcutting is probably one of the better ones because I think it's easier to farm than mining. But this is one of the good spots because there's a bank really close by, and that's really what you want to be looking for when you're trying to make money in RuneScape, is the ability to store things really quickly and to run back to where you're gathering resources. It means RuneScape is a very bottable game, and you know, there's been issues like that have popped up, and the developers do their best to try to police that, and it's an issue in a lot of games. Like I mentioned Mabinogi before, but Mabinogi is also kind of a game that can suffer from botting issues because just some things are really easy to automate. But I don't think RuneScape is a game that you necessarily need to do that in. It can be a really grindy game if you're trying to get level 99 and everything, because you unlock skill capes. And that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of the end goal. You know, the skill capes are pretty cool. And also, I mean, having a max level character is, I mean, in RuneScape is a real accomplishment. Like, let's be real here. It takes a lot of time to get your character to 99 in just one skill. To be close to having multiple, maybe even like a lot more than that, like 5+, you're definitely going to be a good player. I am not at that point. I think my total skill level is like less than 400. So I'm definitely not there. Okay, so obviously you know from my Minecraft world that I am infatuated with the Grand Exchange, and there's a really good reason for it, and it was probably my first introduction to like a video game economy, and the ease of use for the Grand Exchange is amazing. Like, it's so easy to just sell things, figure out how much you're gonna get for it. You can mark it up, you can mark it down, but usually you probably just want to sell it at market price. If it's really in demand though, by all means, increase it, but it sells faster if you decrease it. And you can easily make money. It's not bad. You can just, and you know, there's tons of resources you can just harvest from the world. So another one of the main skills in RuneScape is fire starting, and that's another reason why you should farm logs, and why logs actually sell for a lot of money, especially some of the higher level logs. You can get quite a bit of money for them, so definitely chopping logs is something you should do, and running around the Grand Exchange is probably the best way to get them, because there's just, you know, they're all around, and it's the Grand Exchange. And you can use fire making too, but selling logs is also a good way to make money. Okay, so another great thing about RuneScape is the quests that it has. But again, this is where we're gonna have to start talking about membership, because the truth is that quests are really restrictive. If you're a free player anyway, there's not too many quests available to you. There's just a small selection. If you're a member though, I mean, by all means, like, there's tons of quests, there's tons of extra skills open to you, there's lots of things you can do because you're a member now. So I think in terms of value for your membership, like, RuneScape provides that, I think. But it also means that if you are a free player, that RuneScape isn't the greatest game for you if you want to stay free play, because there's just not as much as you can do. Obviously, I haven't completed all the free play quests, so I can't say much because there's still plenty left for me, but there's not a huge selection compared to the member quests. Like, let's be honest here. And you know, I mean, I'm no stranger to memberships and games. I mean, I played Club Penguin when I was younger, so like I know, I get it. And so that's why I'm saying, like, RuneScape definitely provides the value there. There's so much you can do in this game, and I mean, that's really all you can ask for. And some modern games can't even provide you that, so not bad. So like, again, just mentioning like how easy it is to buy things on the Grand Exchange. Like, I mean, just look how fast I can get things. Obviously, you probably want to increase the price that you pay for the item, and also make sure you have money on you. But if you offer more money for the items, then you're more likely to get them quicker. So always a good thing to do, and it's always convenient that it pulls it right up for you. Yeah. See, if you put a lower price, you might end up waiting a while. I'm just a little impatient here, so I just increase the price, call it a day. And that's going to wrap up our time in RuneScape for today. Please let me know if you want to visit some more games from your childhood, or maybe we could even revisit RuneScape perhaps. But I think I want to check out Mabinogi or Club Penguin. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next 20 minutes in.